Welcome to Tuesday's market. SITREP here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. Great day here down in Fort Lauderdale. A beautiful day. Great live trade brief we just knocked out at the opening of the live trade brief. I told the folks who took a look at the two SPX weekly bull put spreads I put on yesterday. I got filled on one, the 2280, 2285. It was up $825 at the open, about a 50% gain in a half a day. So I said, hey, I'd get out of that. Also tried to get into this one yesterday, the 2275, 2280. That was at the open was at about 40 cents, and that was a $1,200 gain in a half a day. So I said to get out of that one too. So great weekly options trade, just like last week. Put it on Monday afternoon. We closed it Tuesday morning for a four-digit in cash, at least with the 15 contracts I put on. You know, I had this little bit of a nice little pop at the open. Strong dollar, kind of chewing away at the market here, but we were looking fine all morning, and then just kind of sold off. There was a Jolts Jobs opening and some IBD stuff. Nothing really that I could find that pushed this down. That's why we maybe bounced off of 22.94 and got airborne again. So we're starting to make a move back to the upside here. So if you're in these SPX positions, there you go. This trade's up $700 now in a day. Well, actually, the weekly options trade brief was done at 1 o'clock yesterday, so it's not even a day yet. If you don't mind making $700 in a day, or the $1,200 some folks made at the open, stop by, man. Go to topgunoptions.com and take a 2-week test flight. Quick reminder, if you are a member, or even if you're not a member, Doug Robertson gets airborne tonight with his full throttle academic training. It's 8 sessions, folks. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT-academic. If you go to go.topgunoptions.com/FT-academic. For only $195, you can get access to Doug's 8 sessions. Kicks off live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? He does it every Tuesday and Thursday nights for about 2 hours, folks, or however long he goes, in order for you to get the concepts that he talks about. That tonight, trading methodology and tools, the Greeks, vertical spreads, condors, calendars, volatility trades, exits, adjustments. It's awesome, folks. This is usually $495. We're throwing this out to, if you hear my voice type of people, means you're on our list somehow. It's $195 one-time purchase. Doesn't rebill. You get access to these 8 live training sessions. You can download them. You can keep them forever. And that's a good deal. So go.topgunoptions.com/FT-academic, and that gets airborne tonight. All right, enough of that stuff. Besides the weekly options trades, we put on this morning. I want to see if I'm filled on it before I talk about what's going on in the overall market. Kind of hopped up on good trades, man. We've had great weekly options trades since the beginning of the year. Knock on wood. I'm going to suck eventually, guys. You always got to throw that out there. There will be a week or two where the market just ain't on Wiz's flight schedule, and I'm not on the market's flight schedule. So those losses will occur. And if you ever listen to any trader or anybody who just sits here and pounds their chest about how great they are and how profitable their trades are, run as fast as you can. I guarantee you one of my strategic mindsets or commit criteria is going to be wrong one of these weeks, and we'll take our lumps. But for right now, we're building a pretty good strong barn for when it gets windy. Okay, so here's the primary live trade brief portfolio. We just knocked out the primary live trade brief. It's every 10 a.m. every Tuesday for an hour and a half. Hello. And then let me see if I got filled on Amazon. Really good work today, man. All right, my Goldman Sachs trade. Love my Goldman Sachs trade that I put on about a month and a half ago. That's up $8,200, man. $8,200 in a month and a half just on 5 contracts with Goldman Sachs. Amazon, I'm still looking for a fill here. I said 60 cents plus or minus 5 cents. So I'll go down to that. We go down to 50. Or no, I said plus or minus 10 cents. Yeah, what's mid-market? I'll go down to 53. What is it? It is the 800 $797.5 bull put spread out the next Friday, out to expiration. I'm doing 30 contracts. Okay, I think that's a pretty decent trade. But we did some good work today in the portfolio here. There's all that stuff. All right, That was a lot for members. Well, and if you're a non-member, like I said, go to the homepage, man. Go down and scroll down to the ski slope section that's got blue, green, and black. Black is kind of weekly options and the primary live trade brief. The intermediate trail, so to speak, is for primary live trade brief and urgent alerts, and then the beginner is kind of for our accelerated retirement folks. We're doing accelerated retirement live trade brief tomorrow afternoon at 2. So take a test flight, man, for 2 weeks. I think it's like 14, 28, and 38 bucks respectively. All right, where are we? Well, as I've beaten this dead horse, it's the hope and change rally. Here's the rip your face off hope rally that I predicted. One of very few financial professionals who predicted a Trump win and this market rally. Said we'd be flat. And then the same idiots who told you that Clinton was going to win and if Trump wins, the market implodes and goes to zero are the same idiots that sell the inauguration. I didn't. I said buy it. And then obviously when the immigration ban freaked everybody else out, we put on a bear call spread I talked about on a Friday. That thing imploded, and that potentially made $2,000 in max profit from Friday to Monday. There's a hell of a weekend trade for you. But now we're going to head back up gently. We're not going to have this rip your face off. Why? Because we're getting, Trump fatigue. I called it a Trump hangover. I mean, literally last week, past 10 days, week and a half, folks, it's been a sprint, man. This guy is keeping people on their hill. Protesters can't figure out what they're protesting day to day. And we'll talk about this tomorrow on Accelerated Retirement. Even with all this, the VIX was down to like 1110 this morning. Man, we got to get long vol. Yeah, it's a beautiful day down here in Fort Lauderdale. Great day to be alive. But when this was down at 1111, man, we are way below our resting heart rate right now of about a 12, and we're down here, mid 11s. When vol is cheap, you buy it, folks. When it's expensive, you sell it. We got to get long vol. But here's why I think we're not going to have this the hope rally copied and pasted over to here and going up. We're starting to get into the mire of Washington. This is why the guy won, though, folks, was to try and, quote, drain the swamp. Friday, we had the rip your face off rally. Why? Because of Frankendodd. Khan was, he's supposed to be gutting and repealing Frankendodd, but guess what? Trump's Dodd-Frank do-over diverted kind of to the slow lane with Obamacare. And obviously the slow lane, if you're down here in South Florida this time of the year, it's the left lane, where all the Canadians and people from New York and New Jersey sit with their blinker on and do 40 miles an hour. So that's what's going on. But at the end of the day, folks, Trump reforms are stuff of bankers' dreams. So that Goldman Sachs trade that's up $8,500 in a month and a half for me. Let me pull this up real quick. I took a little bit of a survey today. Goldman Sachs. I did a little Goldman Sachs survey from some of my folks. Let me blow this up. Mike, I'm up $9,000 net since October, 25% return on risk. Harry booked $60,000 on 20 Goldman Sachs leaps over 3 months. $60,000. Al, he's up $800 on one contract in October. Mike, Goldman Sachs, $64,000 on 10 contracts since September. Diane, 5 contracts, up $36,000. And Bill, $32,000 since September. I think there was somebody else jumped in there because Mike, I was like, dude, hold on a second. You had like $120,000. His peak, look at this, folks, on 20 contracts, one of my members was up $135,000. And he lives one of my SOPs. Pigs get slaughtered, so he got rid of half of it recently. Folks, you see their names. I can get you their hometowns to make it a formal testimonial. Those were all screenshots from today's webinar. You missing out, and I'm in the slow lane because I didn't get filled on any of those trades until my December one, and here I am up a lowly $8,300. Wham. So great stuff going on here, folks. I do think we throttle back a little bit just because of that Trump fatigue, because we digest the jobs report. I think the Fed's that was a yawner last week. I think maybe we get maybe 2 interest rate increases this year, maybe 3. But the takeaways from today, folks, is good stuff's going on, and it's especially good stuff going on here if you're a Top Gun Options. Real quick, though, CNBC, you guys know that I call Comedy Central. Goldman Sachs coming out with a report now that says, okay, U.S. political and economic risks are mounting against Trump's agenda. Blah, blah. I got it, folks. The doubts growing over potential tax reform and the repeal of the ACA. Hey, Goldman Sachs, first you got the election wrong, and maybe since 4 of your heavies left to go work for Trump, maybe the libs are running Goldman Sachs now, you're wrong. It might not be with the speed with which Trump has done some other things, but if you don't think he's going to reform the tax code and give just about everybody a tax cut or get ACA at least fixed or repealed and replaced, you're an idiot. But of course, you work at Goldman Sachs and your $50 million bonus, you're still going to get, even though you're wrong. Unfortunately, here at TGO, that's not the way it works. I'm wrong. We're not in business. I've been right. We've been right about this market. We've nailed it. My subscribers are nailing it. They're my God, $135,000 in 3 months, folks. Are you kidding me? So I know Mike's sending me a nice bottle of Camus 40th anniversary edition, or maybe an Opus One there, Mike. Hint, hint, and some of my other Goldman Sachs folks, and maybe you can email Annie for my address where you can send it to my lovely place here. Okay, I got to run. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back with Wednesday's market SITREP tomorrow. We'll see you.